asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatulah mbokk yi nuyu naa leen bu baax a baax si Gambian Talents TV am mbégte ak kontaante rek toogalaat leen fi every Tuesday si seen Birr Gambia show ñu leen a indi lépp li nga xamante ne current issue la ñu koy discuss si biir plateforme bi nii mu nekk lu am solo di nuyu ñëpp nag kaatoog mbokk yi nag Gambie wérngel képp fépp fu waay mënta nekk ñu nekk ci biir réew mi ak ñu nekk ci diaspora bi yëpp ñu ngi leen di nuyu bu baax a baax di leen ziyaare di nuyu ñu nekk ci lali lopitaan yi saa yu nekk duñ leen fàtte di leen ñaanal yàlla may leen wér bañ mën a delluwaat si seen normal activité yi ñu nekk si prison si tamit duñ leen fàtte di leen ñaanal yàlla génne leen fa tegg leen nattu bi bañ mën a delluwaat si seen njaboot yàlla oyofal yëpp seen kaw waaye di ñaan ci réew mi jàmm yàlla mu am jàmm yenn def ci réew mi jàmm waaye nag di nuyuwaat ñëpp rek di ñaanal ñëpp boo màggal bu neex a neex dem si jàmm ñëw si jàmm ñi fi des tamit lépp lu ñaan rek mu ñëw ñun ñëpp suñ kaw tey nag comme niñ ko dee defee every Tuesday si suñ Birr Gambia show nga xamante ne last week maa ngi fi amoon presidential adviser bi ki nga xamante ne mooy Seku Mballo nekk presidential political adviser ñu amoon waxtaan bu interesting ñu ngi ko nuyu bu baax a baax ak képp ki nga xamante ne rek saay waxtu bi jotee rek nga tune Gambian Talents TV du ñu follow ñu ngi leen a bégee bu baax a baax di leen wax ne Birr Gambia nag comme nuñ ko dee waxee ñun ñëpp luñ bokk la ndaxte lu ñëpp bokk lu ne ku ne nga ca réew mi ñëpp a ko bokk te ku ne am na si see te réew dañ koy pencoo waaye duñ ko paccoo moo waral saa su nekk ñuy waxtaan yaa xam nag comme ni ma ko dee waxee si parti boo si mënta nekk wala nga nekk concerned citizen wala nga nekk ki nga xamante ne rek bëgg nga bokk ci ñuy tabax réew mi rek plateforme bi mu ngi ubbi pour yow nekkaluñ fi pour kenn askan bi lañ fi nekkal te lépp lu ñuy waxtaanee rek dafa nekk the best interest of the nation wala best interest of waa réew mi rek su ko defee ñu teg ko ci table gi ñu waxtaanee ko tey nag ma am fi ki nga xamante ne mooy Momodou Lamin Ceesay moom mi nga xamante ne mooy national coordinator bu Gala'S if I'm wrong you correct me tey ma am ko ci plateforme bi ñu nekk ay ndaw ñu xareñ nekk ay ndaw ñi nga xamante ne buggal seen réew lañ def ndaxte tey soo gisee wax naa leen ne réew bu demee bay dox ndaw ñi dañ siy dugal seen loxo ndaxte ndaw ñi ñooy ëllëgi réew mi ñooy amee réew mi ëllëg te foog ñu am changes foog ñu am système change comme nu ko dee ngaay di waxee foog ndaw ñu dugal ci seen boppa foog ndaw ñu xareñ ndaw ñu xam lu ñuy def ndaw ñu jàng ndaw ñi nga xamante ne suñ waxee rek dinañ leen déglu te ñoom jamono juñ toll nii fii ci réewum Gambia foog naa ne seen voices yi àdduna bi yëpp dégg na ko du ma ne Gambie kese waaye àdduna bi yëpp dégg na ko te ku ne xam na ne lu ñuy xeex mooy corruption lu ñuy xeex mooy ñu teg yëpp si yoon jubal ak jubanti accountability toppa ñi nga xamante ne ñooy nguur gi ak ay ñoñam ak képp ki nga xamante ne rek yaa ngi cee liggéeyi nga teg mbir yëpp ci yoon ndaxte alali réew mi la ñoom daal loolu la ñuy xeex waaye dinaa ko bàyyi moom mu nuyuwanteeg askan bi rek soo buggee mun nga nuyuwante si soose ngee konto
baraka baake xam nga olof bi daal dafa dëgër trop pour man
waa
olof boo laa ko fii nii waaye daal waxtaan bi am na solo te façon waxtaan yi nii soo ko def da nga war a laaka boo xamante ne comme da nga si comfortable a language that will be able to talk in and then make sure the people that you are talking to understand. So I'm be content because I would say the Gambia talent commandila lucky la, but I mean I would just say that they have been running away from TV interviews since I don't remember appearing on TV for I've been out 2 years sila. And then bringing Gala thing based starter is now 3 months to 4 months. I've been running away from TVs. Whenever invitations come, I will ask the spokesperson Saibo, Kafai Koitita, Walanga for Doita and all that. But Gambia Talents because Gambia Talents TV is a TV that have been, always there. Whenever Molko coming ngani activity la sort of they come haniata come molly inform just some half an hour or 1 hour before the program. So while I found the need to come here to at least talk to my fellow youth and the Gambian people, about 1 or 2 things that are happening in our country, because, formal se kacha, banku dingol fonse kacha nga nyomoy pour na banku sitano nyato. So alia baraka bake for having me here, and I look forward to a very fruitful discussion.
Baraka bake, thanks for honoring our invitation, Momodou Lamin. Ñu bari ñu mo jama ka fo Muhammad dindin kunja bale.
Right.
Fengo feng dorong abe jele university la protest mo le jele full time yalong man dama la yaga
right, of course.
Dama la yaga am si camera de. Dama la yaga am si camera. Everybody was asking, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is this boy? Ñu bari like la si sa vocal, si sa brave, si sa confidence, si sa gom sa bop ak sa integrity ak buga yefi jubal réew mi ñu xam la si ndaxte protest yu ma la fekk yëpp wala xeex yu ma la fekk yëpp ci loolu nga nekk briefly rek ni se fang introduce mol lorong isaja mol ya long jumaleng Momodou Lamin Ceesay
waka koleyale you know ka koleyale to introduce yourself, but I'm gonna try. My name is Momodou Lamin Ceesay, of course, mbota brikamale. I was a university student. I just graduated with a BSc in political science, and then I'm looking forward to, furthering my education, probably for masters or something else, and then I've been somebody, me alonko, I am always, trying to get myself into things that are going to be progressive for myself and the people around me. Always try, to always contribute my quota to national development in my own way.
Sure.
From be join, advocacy little bang, to advocate for something that is not going right in the country. From be, contributing factor to organize a protest to ensure, the government listens. But, these are the things that I always try to do, as a youngster, because been for Tronyalam, I have Fadanka Moila, Dindim Kunjaro and all that. Some even will be like, it Dindim Merento and all that. And I'll be like, but okay, Dinding ya aning kebaya, what is important is what you do for your people. And then ndeka one thing like, jibe, ngalo ne coming, any move agree la no at some point. Just some few months ago, ni moja maka disagree no saying nika agree la. You understand? What more ni mo minka agree no just few months ago saying nika disagree la.
Like sabaliñol.
No, not sabaliñol. I mean, I'm just generally yeah, right. Okay. So generally, I'm just talking about, I'm just giving a general, perspective about, how people relate to each other and how differences in opinions can bring, a little difference or more tema. So basically, for introduce Omandia, for my market no phone. But, I'm just a youngster, like any other Gambian kid that envisions a society where every single individual, irrespective of background, region, class, would be able to thrive and ensure their potentials, and ensure they reach the, apex of their potentials. That is who I am, and then that is the kind of society that I, envision. And then every day, I try to improve myself because as a kid, you make very many mistakes along the way. So I mean, mbuka hanyu sometimes can na age for dulado. Sometimes ni lafta ka advantage to dame mbuka na age for. Because ninga na age for natil. But when you are very close to me and you've known me, balo no coming, I mean, ninga age ni along for ita sonna. Kebal wala no. Ninga na age for same for ita sonna. So basically, that is me. This is the normal me, a kid that is, envisioning a better Gambia for everybody, basically.
All right. You just graduated from the university.
Yeah.
foi be do ko la bang wala ye do ko start le because ibe nyin sulo kan nyin sulo me yalan kan pour ye do ko soto abe kole yale because recently durang mole kepsane le case moyle have you started any job and how did your parents take this ibe nyin sulo to yalong ite mudini ngolite.
Well, ma start la na parents all not just my parents
And your family relatives?
Na family, na relatives all, my friends, my colleagues, everybody dal me along ko lafitan na, and they want me to be somebody in the future. They want me to be able to be in a position me along ko come from ma ko kan na mol ma ko mol mi mbembala. It has been very difficult. It has always been difficult for me because they since I was not first semester, second semester in the uni, first year, it has always been difficult. Dokuku, I'm not working currently. Okay, I'm very jobless and useless, because it has been difficult. All right, I was on an internship sometime around last year at NATIP, National Agency Against Trafficking in Persons, and then na internship Bantaje. So since then, since January, I have been unemployed, do one or two things here and there to survive, and then with the help of my family and, close relatives and trying to bring me close to them, trying to, help me navigate, the struggles of life. Especially right now, there are certain places that you cannot even, head to. Because science nka job opportunity jamalje nga qualification also. I have the qualification, I have the the skill. Probably the experience is not there, but I have once worked in an office setup, but mbuke apply no. Some of the reasons why buka apply no is that niya apply is either ite tala or nieta ibe cage lale. For example, a government agency, for example, science and tenting. I know I can walk to any government agency right now, me alonko, ibenna expertise required, and then tender my applications. Probably they are going to call me in for an interview and then employ me. But what after the employment? I'm done. That is it. So probably right. Yeah, so sometimes you don't want that for yourself. You want to be in an environment, me alonko, at a change as an individual. Of course, when you are working in certain offices, you need to ensure, you are professional, you do as the office requires and all that. But as a youngster like me, what do I gain, by working under or in an institution? Me alonko abeng right soul stifle la, abeng mute la, abeng cage la, like nde no. The only thing I need to do is to go to work, go home, go to work, go home. I cannot comment on national issues. I cannot comment on politics. I cannot, exercise my basic, citizen rights.
Citizen rights.
Exactly. So it has been very difficult. Very, very difficult, because even my parents at some point because I mean, these are people me alanko bring iwuluta, they have been doing things for you. For it out of saying you are a university graduate. More me alanko, you graduated from the university, no matter how young you are, at least you should be also taking $100 and work on. That is what is fair to your parents. So needed the position of me alonko, ela parents all that have been struggling, for you since you were born. Still and then it is now your turn to be taking something back home. You are still not doing that because you are unemployed because of a few things. It is very frustrating. So sometimes your parents don't even want you to do what you are doing. Because, okay, Mimbije is that. The typical African parent, or should I say parents in general, because of the love that they have for their kids, come science and jumale fola, solo sanding, alamani mani kafar kalai. Science and every single Gambian, hanimi alonko, imala fenko support nu, now they celebrate him.
Sure.
But say jumal lafta, adingo ike solo sanding.
Nobody.
Nobody wants your son to die. But after he died, more be like a celebrate sign. So exactly. So now everybody want to be associated with him now. So nka analogy min di jang wala nyinti. Every parent want your son to be great. But greatness is a journey. It's a road.
Sure.
Ika fenjamal mi ikol mi be takije bute role, even potentially, you can potentially be even killed. Parent bukala fi your road ta. But time ni road tata for not a greater every single parent.
They're proud to be your
So
parents.
it becomes difficult. Okay, my parents, are actually proud of me. Okay, they are very proud of me because at my age, what I am able to contribute my quota. Buka fenjama contribute, but at least adding my voice to one or two things. They actually, because some day friends will they talk to them coming in friends will be sitting and they so as a parent you are like, oh yeah, I mean ngasamba school and then but what struggle ning it can be faced along the way. No parent want your kid to go through that. So basically about doku kuaning
Alama alaya sonea.
Well, alama alaya sonea.
If the fight succeeds,
alama alaya sonea, but like you're not colleague me for Kex. Look at the unfortunate thing me dal. Kala contract terminate. Just because he exercises his fundamental human right to assembly, to protest against a government, me alonko I feel like me be minke ka manya na takela. Yala contract ko terminate.
He's a threat to them.
The same na colleague Jamal Fanalo me alonko they are facing the same thing at their workplace. Ngamo me every month say kala salary reduce le.
For sale lolu du len war bu kal discourage bang ngeen as a young people yeen ngi amé brighter future ahead, yeen ngi wara build a family and ngeen a ñëw di face yi di pour nga am job mu difficult pour nga bokk ci society bi. Sometimes ñeneen ñi sax dañ deewon ne xaaral ñu isolate seen boppa ñu buñ ànd ak yéen cut off every time with you. Some family members or friends dañoo ne ki yooni boppam lam jël. Sometimes doo leen dee discourage ci loolu.
Well, it is hard. Honestly it is very hard. Because we are humans, okay? And at some point, you are in your lonely moments, ibe siring, yow kena, yangi talk and you are like, man, luma neka di def ni, ma jarna ko. Because at some point, it is difficult. As a young person, you are being deprived of jobs because of your stance against a system, or should I say your stance against a few people. So akakoleale. So sometimes you want to even stop. Because at the end of the day, if you stop, what? You don't have anything to lose. Nobody is paying you. It's your choice. You can leave. I can walk out of this platform today and declare I'm concentrating on myself. Nothing will happen. Nobody is paying me. But new feelings if I you now reflect back to the very reason why you even started.
Okay. What motivated you guys? Covering independent newspaper Fintita. Ayala Fenko Republic. Ayala Fenko di ala report about this James assets and stuff. What time ole ngalje alial fang assemble. Alial fang gade nyadi anung alla connection or altol me membeje.
Well, these are one of the reasons why nka bori nun TV la. Okay, because I'm an individual me alonko, even at nanying young age, nga Gambian society nga study le Gambian politics, how we relate to each other, how we discuss politics, how we form public opinion. So I don't want to contribute to it anymore. I want to bring a change in the way the public forms its opinion about national issues, how we approach national issues that. So wala tinandi nka bori because malafika the formation of mbukalafika discourse back because okay me and mbukalafika discourse back is that I want to see a movement, a Gambia that transcends beyond individuals. because ning kombe movement or formation or discourse la in detail. You know,
you just give a summary of
the
formation.
Okay. The summary of the
formation.
Okay. Let me do this, because at some point I think it is important, because you know nka moja maje ka speculation all care about what jumalle beje jumalle teje jumalle ninke jumalle make. Okay. The movement started. Okay, ndala start.
Okay, that's why they make you ask the country national coordinator.
Maybe wale atin nandi conclude yake woti.
Yeah.
But I was just sitting ikonyetela bekalati. All right, probably it will mean baby nunje bring abek additional nyimbe make maybe wale be nu itol be la mind kono. Okay. A start ngas nin kontela ya start is fo fengo fenketa fa se originate dulalto.
Sure.
Idea nyim fa se bo mole ya. Okay, mbejele I was on Facebook. You know, started reading through the report that was published. But you know the typical Gambian kid, we don't read. So mang tano bake. All right? But you know, Konfaiko, this is serious. And then I was just there, and all that. Because previously I was leading a campaign against the federation and all that.
At your school?
At my school, and then the Gambia Football Federation too, back in 2024, 2023. So okay, so now I think somebody has to put a stop to all this. Gambian youth should now take the bull by its horn. So I created the WhatsApp page, nga create, nga tokeje, nga keje the list. The list, because more the list leno. So nga keje the list. Ndamale benunje. So mbeje I started thinking about people. I thought about Get Up Pen because my friend. Okay, he's my friend. So nga I thought about him. Nga call. Because I know, my friend. He's a friend, that trusts in me. He believes in my convictions. So nga call rek Get Up Pen man li akli la buga. This is the idea that I have. This is how I want it to go. Come the idea that I have in my mind say nga plan or lie. He accepted ASAP. Okay, nga te add. I think I called Usienu Gambia. But he didn't pick. Atata no UTG atata school and all that. So I started calling few of my trusted people. Me uncle na friends already. Umar Saibo mun na kotoke. He is my friend too. Mate and yokanne. And then nga idea selai. I sold him the idea and he bought it. Okay, Gala'S fana munna moleti before this. So that is how I gathered a few people. Mam temobe to remember. So when I gathered the few people that I know. There are like 4 people. And then it all fun, I asked them, look, you have any person you trust?
Means join
no. And then it all fun yela mo killing full of call.
Connect.
And then I personally reached out to Mama Kura.
You?
Personally.
Okay.
Not text. I sold him the idea and he bought it. Okay. So he came in. That is how it went. How
did the name came about? Jumale to the...
Okay. So now, that is, now...
It's a problem because Minister of Justice
Yeah, so now, bring Waketa on a Saturday or Sunday, saying, I have gathered people, sold them the idea, they have bought it. Now it has transcended beyond me. Say what an individual idea like because the idea man name nati among friend the idea mean nati nang we need to stage a protest. This is how it should go. This is the idea that I have after the protest. So now the idea is a raw idea. It's just some raw idea. Me alonko. It needs furnishing. It needs new people to throw in 1 or 2 things. So we met on the Monday. Now about the idea yala say aketa group oti. You understand? So I get a group oti. We have Mama Kura experienced people, Saibo, very intelligent youths. Started discussing, brainstorming. Okay, this is the day we need to do it. Some pushed it to next 2 weeks like under protest. Nobody is going to protest here next 2 weeks. We are protesting in 3 days. We met on Monday, we protested on Thursday. That is what we are going to do. So Mbeje, so the name name jamala sogesta name be sogesla I think Saibo load al wulta la lota abala funo bala de I don't know whatsoever he did with his phone. I name Sogesna. I name Sogesna rek, and then the name, wow, Molko, perfect. So we used that name. So that was it, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we protested, and then, the rest is history.
Thursday, that was May.
Yeah, May.
Yeah.
We met on Monday. Monday the first day to meet. Thursday we protested.
You don't write to the police?
Well, we wrote to the police. And then they said they denied the permit without reason. Your permit is denied. As some little kids and foreigners that we are.
Police la ay mantara nunjang al nomalong ko fa na mantara nunjang ibele tamata pour kata banku murumala so there was nobody at the time wala tena pamito nyi ya think.
But you see whenever I listen to those kind of things, I feel very sad, especially when it comes from people that are supposed to know better. What has the IG's absence, at office and, the DIG's absence at office got to do with citizens that want to assemble? It doesn't have any correlation. What the IGP should do is to tell the, is it the IGP that takes the laptop or the pen to write your, we all know. The president, is it Barrow that used to write his speeches and publish or write, whatsoever presidential, whatsoever that he wants to do? So the IG not being at the office, cannot stop us from protesting. We wrote to the office of the IG. We addressed our letter to the office of the IGP, our permit request, because that is what the law says. And we did that. So they responded. The IGP actually responded. So I don't know what the advisor is talking about. The IGP responded. They said your permit is rejected. It's not, accepted, or I don't remember the language. But that is what was wrote without a reason. I remember Birr Gambia. We were organizing a press conference Wednesday. Your TV was there. Nga journalists start to killing nale phone to roster banjul kata people in collect. But obviously we knew ne ñul manta ñing kala so biri nga kole nga fare ñala fonje police fon ñala nga bondi envelope ko no biri nga jibe. I think they got pissed. I said something very bad, but police nga they were avoiding us. And then ngalom Bob Keita. Bob was like, no, ngata. We moved. But okay, the plan is, it has always is that, okay.
The spirit I see in you guys.
No, do you know, come yalla nimol meta. Nimol meta, different idea lekana always. And then you need to always, ensure nimmo jama ko lafta men rek yow okay. Left to me alone pamita nyinila. Left to do alone pamita nyinila. Amanta nyinila no in the first place. Amanta nyinila. Okay? But we decided, okay, I
that is the law.
So biri mol kay nyini. Comme yalla nte Gambia ti wala nte tante wo group. So ninte ko akanake, me wala nte la opinion ti an idea. So the rest of the group ko ayke aketa. We applied. But now one thing we knew was we are going to stay this. And that is exactly what we did. And then for me there have been no regrets. Nte mawo regret.
Finturo keta kabiring finturo keta albeje dorong al ya start pour ka assemble mo kiling al kana understand nga first if gayo le jela dorong ale natalol post ka albeje ajo to dorong mol man na follow fang hinata dol you were part of the people me yalanko you were arrested yal samba chocho siata nak first day ñu mol man fin but second day release
I saw the pictures when I came out.
Everywhere Westfield was like what dula be mo bele fintita youth sol be akomuto ko yeddo follow ning second day nte exam nyameng dol mang hañu no but the third day call nata escalate ima control no al boy sol bula al ñunul bula naka ngeen ko dundee ñu jàppal leen ne jàppal nañ ñu xam nga doole yaa ko man they were trying to intimidate you guys to stop you guys pour aller back up but kabiring yaje ko mol insista dol ka finti listo nata ka finti kabirin listo finti tamit nit yi ñëw seen xol yi gën a tànga waaw because the way they sell the assets
waaw xam nga métti woon na nag.
That is your first time ñu la arrest di la dugal si kaso bi.
Yes.
First time.
Yes.
Nga am fa ñaata days.
Two nights la wala 3 nights. I cannot actually remember.
Because weekend lañ leen arrest.
Waaw Thursday lañu arrest on Thursday Friday Saturday ñu release ñu I think so métti woon na métit bi nekkul ne comme ma tëj le comme si kaso bi de no that's not it. What I'm talking about is the difficulty that they put the people that were outside to.
Yeah.
Because xam nga lu dee happen mooy when you are inside there, you don't know what is happening. You are comfortable. Come, you know you are okay. Come, for example, ndunta jang, science, ndunta studio kono. Manta na funo bala, I'm not informed. Science, I'm besirin jang. Hali hata aliento soron jang. I know I'm fine. Ngalo na I'm fine. Jio bembulu, domoro bembulu. I know I'm fine. Okay. But remember banda. Oma long how I am doing. So ni ajibe bake for wole be sofa kang tati.
Foko pare yal muru yal merry go round. From one police station to another. That is the problem. Well, problem because my mom was on a campaign, in Kaur. So, okay. So now you're moi. I am moi fan. I won't murungola. You carry somebody, especially me, because I'm running like Nasel meto Bob Keta prisoner Keba. I'm running nati. Probably to le dula jamama phone telephone dula jama babol beti because first day ni bide mol murumuru ta tan tol fay brufut la. So in the night around 9-10 boy you'll anti-crime kidol ning fengol as if we are some rebels because criminal law for guys ko to nyama. So yemol chika water I think we were like yemol most 6 chika water because yemol duni selo min kono we were like 10 people there. So Nathan told some after Birr mol finding come for back gate, param, ul sindi. So it was very intimidating. It was very intimidating. So he told Samba and Samba, yamol dundi because buka siloja. So ye dundi param ilota. Yentani Bob da majindi. Yendol continent. So was some all not realize coming from all be jabang anti-crime jabang is amrela, hideout or whatsoever. And all drop water. So Imal Bute, Imal Korea.
No. I don't. Why would they? I don't think they would do that. The unfortunate moment was with Get Up and bring banjo lending. So basically it was very difficult. It was very difficult for our people, friends, and even you people that were outside. Because Albinum boring kang trying to figure out where we were. Because I remember Thursday. Especially, exactly. So I remember my friend, there is this friend that I have, Ako Watson Gambia, ni listo publish kang, ni name ke, ni fotatante my kafo, ni ko unknown, at a mobile fire wood. I got for your father. So it was very difficult. It was very, very difficult, But I think it has made so much difference. It has made so much difference, and then Ngamira Gambian we have now reached a point where we need to understand that we cannot have anything on a silver platter. Sure. You see, the first thing a tyrant does, is to ensure a funding kel ko takendi nyola. Group jamal soto. Group o betara je mi yalonko mi tol manipulate la no. But iba group o soto mi anko so manipulate no. So ninyi group do findita e be la ñu groupe soto la so mel manipulate no pour ka wol nit ñul takindi ñola because taranto kala fi problem wala always because that is the only way atekala way soto nyameng. That is the only time atekala way soto nyameng to do whatsoever they want to do. So I've been very, very, proud of Gambian youth since then.
Okay, Allah first project was success at Tambita, then Waliul Natal Tema. Safia Botaji, Mama di Kurang man.
Now you want to make this whole thing very difficult.
And it make difficult.
And then this is another reason why Nkambore TV.
But sign it at a borino TV parce que ibe durango tema.
And ibe durango tema, but sometimes there are certain things that are better left unsaid. But I will try because okay.
The national coordinator.
Well, long controversy. I'm very controversial.
Yeah.
But in Bukalafi, sometimes when
you personally
whenever
contact Mama di Kurang, as you said.
Yeah.
Sign ngajale ko this second protest amantaraje Safia fanang bota jele as your treasurer or whatsoever alia kumani because first protest he was responsible for some of the logistic
okay so saying let me just do a quick one because I think maybe it is important that I do this because nka fenjamaje on Facebook and all that, which I personally think are irrelevant actually, because we are dealing with more important issues. We are talking about few individuals, Ibuka 5 pharmacy, pocketing, over $30 million. Those are the things that we should be discussing. And not some Safia ning Mamadi Botajang, Ika Botajang, Gala'S Botajang. Those are irrelevant to national development. But actually, Safia, mba start la Safia la issue la. Okay? Safia was somebody that nde namang wo dalike. No, naman dalinu fang. Naman dalinu fang. Comme kumandiro londro. Comme somebody and then I shoot in Albenta. I'm a few times le meet na first and the latest one before ning was na UTG protest. She came there for whatsoever reason I don't know. She was there. Standing in solidarity with students probably. So bring more learning fenko start. Like I said, Ntele mol gada. Okay, I gathered a few of my friends, sold them the idea that I have. They bought it. Nga Mama de Kurang natina because Mama de Kurang is somebody. Me alonko. When you are dealing with Jamel asset issue, he has to be there.
Yeah, because
Mama de Kurang is the guy. Ndaka kumandi wanka wala fire. Hadi say anka fire, you are the man. Okay, so Mama de Kurang ni Safia inyolone. At their personal level. Okay, so I remember first meeting Safia Teji. Because what mo mang Safia loko. So first meeting Safia Teji. So like I said, yalanko en coming, nko itol fana en nale mol mi yalanko killing kono that you trust. Because tol more than the protest whole no. So what I molam because I remember until a group of create. So I made Mama the admin. I think I made all of them admin because puri kanamba tandi carry ad. It's not some personal stuff me yalanko inanta protect la. So I think Mamadi brought in Safia. Also, flying inform lebang farming inform. Momodou Lamin remember, but all I know is about Mamadi like Safia Nati. I Safia Nati J. Okay, and then it is very fair. Let me say this. Bring Mamadi Safia Natina. Natina, Bra Natina. I have this guy. Me alonko I am call. Akong kanason. Safia Nana.
For what reason?
Reason.
I call for you. You have this guy.
I call for you. Okay, don't follow no exactly. But I'm coming at comfortable with Safia in our midst.
Okay.
Wala ya tela fenkote. Anu alone at that point, ninko mimbeje wala beje. Malam fa understand. Komi ninde ko Safia te taranoje. Malam fa understand. But at that point, it is not me that was important. It was the Gambian people that were important.
Sure.
So we needed to put personal issues aside to ensure we stage a protest that is going to yield results. So I said no. No, it's fine. It's fine. I will handle it. So we left her there. I think it was Monday lang a first meeting. So Monday after night, I cannot remember when I had that. So Tuesday. think was it on a Tuesday bang or Wednesday? No, Wednesday lang. Wednesday before the press conference, because we protested on Thursday. Before the press conference, we had a short meeting. We had a short meeting in the press conference ground auto. So mandama fontole meeting ke after atol nata na pour ka press conference ke. So at that press conference, you know, one thing has to be also very clear. There was nothing like an executive or a body that was whatsoever that was formed. I don't know more get unusual body munto. Well, sometimes you can day because maybe there is that, you know, I can say Momodou Lamin, you know, it base information or dino la nyaaw nyaabe dan 99% le wala 98. Ndam mala se 100 dino. Because ndam mala se bring a Z phono. Dolbe je ite a fola no iba start the ma iba start la bile. Man of understand. So so the only thing that was established na jana na meeting dulato was Umar Saibo Kamara will do the talking. Because once you declare a protest, you know, against a government or whatsoever, molbe kumandila for TV interviews, molbe call la ke why, you know, and all that. So okay, Saibo, it was me or I think it was Saibo, you do the talking. You know, so Saibo will do the talking. Okay, so we started discussing. Saibo was the only person do the talking. Come be the spokesperson Monday. So I think the Wednesday, Birr meeting in sort of Somanda. We were discussing, and then, you know, I think Muhammad Quran said, Muhammad Fenke, Safia is the only lady. Okay, Safia is the only lady. So I take Kodomuda. Okay, so I take Kodomuda. No, the issues came after. The issues came after.
Issues all in laughter in I will like, you are making things too long.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So Mama Kurang neko Safia ke Fenkoti. I take Kodomuda. Because mol ko ebe mol, you know, Kodo dila mola put mole jiosang banal dedano. So Safia Kodomuda. So which means for from the Monday now, to the day of the protest, only two positions never.
Meaning he sees the active treasurer or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. You are making it very people were making it very official. So it is not very official. Come ite Kodomuta. Ite we vacanto di te Kodomuta. Saibo ni mol na tete diamo. That is it. So after the protest, before the protest for the Wednesday night, Saibo get up and we slept in Banjul.
Yeah. At Gala'S.
Because we knew the fence kenola. So ntol kajele haniata la bekala mo protest. So ntol we wanted to ensure haniata mo fulal be protest yake. Well ntol la fenkoti. So wala nandi we went to sleep in Banjul. So that very night 12 o'clock in the night day, betama kang Banjul sate kono. Some people that want to protest against the government, betama kang Banjul sate kono. 12 in the night, and then Safia sent a message. 12 suto
to the group.
12 p.m. day, 11 to 12 p.m. in the night. Ako, guys, I think we need to postpone this protest and go and negotiate with the police. 12 suto in the night, just some hours before Thursday protest long. And then, you know, brayo for ateo for nyame. Immediately, you know, Mama de Kuran na message o bulata no. Coming just a minute. I mean, we are smart. We are smart. Okay, we are smart. But wala keta, okay? So Mama de Kura message was sent and the coming guys, I think we need to listen to her.
Just like that.
So people like me that are, you know, I mean, we are intelligent people. So we obviously know it cannot be a coincidence. Fengo you have been discussing Birr Monday. Thursday, Wednesday, 12 p.m. in the night. 12 p.m. in the night. What time will later along come and we need to stop. We need to postpone the protest. It cannot be a coincidence. So Nata me realize is that Safia was discussing with senior government officials or people that support the government. So probably I will convince so at I will assure coming she's going to try her chances to convince us to stop. because yala ngolon dame the haji is it for haji TK something ngala hadi gala ngala Facebook post like suto around the same time I have been talking to people in Gala. Man, if I understand. But wala post the ma for ma qualified. What just qualified it is mune atinandi Safia be batula for 12 p.m. in the night. Wednesday ka for mole come postpone the protest. Protest me along cause already, we have been profiled by the government and the NIA whatsoever. So disagreement all keta suto, but boy, more me along ko bir Monday we are putting in effort to be concentrated in the protest like that.
Tana madam.
Manyaka sala. I think personally ngam na beef strategy nga threaten ne guy go the next message you send in this page about your protest you are done so I combat threaten kan nenta manyana ka threaten ataman sila ataman fenkete so we left it at that. So unfortunately on the Thursday morning in the morning early before control arrest that was like 9-10 so manke Ali found she was nowhere to be found in the morning. Maybe a late or she was up to something. Okay, so in arrest a komal. Ama in arrest but janale from ben even a statement all taka what time all entire headquarters.
No, but after nata.
So file hand over so at a protest ground or correct. So team Jamal Natan she wasn't arrested. I ndama duanum from puriate arrest. Okay. That is left to the public to decide whether she should have been arrested or not.
But labango minul dole fang voluntarily dorong ye fan dundi moto kon because Gala'S la fang voluntary fang dundi moto kon.
Walla voluntary woman ke voluntary arrested. Your colleagues are arrested. You came. If I have a protest, if you are continuing the protest. Inata na yemo kile mute la colleagues all kono ko fay moto kono. You will join them.
Yeah.
So fast forward, waketale and all that. So birin tolbe konoto. There were people too that were outside. Mol mi yalanko, people like Nani C, Nani have always been there. Afanang have always been there. So atafana benum bantale. Because Nani had an exams at the UTG. I exam sort of UTG that morning. So I exam ke 8 o'clock. Karos nam banjul before ataka futa. Because anyanta ka time will make before ataka futa like arrest. So Nani it will be bantaji they were doing their thing. But I think they had misunderstandings Jay because Nani felt that Safia was talking, was going alone.
Safia lebe no negotiate kan tebe jele. Safia part of the negotiation.
Yeah, so people felt so it told me banta. They felt that Safia was meeting people and negotiating without informing them come and even negotiate kan. So they had those little issues. What do you konotal? Okay, so well they cannot be facts to us to be fair enough. So birimol fintitana, birimol fintitana we called for a meeting because so we called for a meeting. So at that meeting, we needed to discuss as colleagues the way forward because now this has happened. The way forward. So way forward this goes on Dula. And in Gala'S Lab, okay, because internet because yalon. So Gala'S Lab sideline. No, not sideline, but mutual respect le bendana team afante yalon. Think about it. So Gala'S Lab ninka question. It was an unharmful question. Meeting them, you can ask anybody. Gala'S Kaiko, okay, we had coming this and this and this was happening. That you were talking to SABs all along. You went to Kairaba Police, Senegal, Jana. Jana, ikafa Senegal, Fenko, ikafa nyadila from TSU, Tourism Fenkoto, and then you were talking to, you were meeting and negotiating with people without model. Is that true? And then connect Fanan to what she did on that Wednesday night before Molkata, before Kamol, Muta, Kamol arrest. Vip. I know you don't trust me. I know you don't ngandale. I cannot be disrespected. I was like, hey, Safia, what is wrong? Why do you think people should not ask you questions? This and this and this happened. The Wednesday night, you told us to cancel the protest at the 11th hour. At the 11th hour, things are fishy. We need to ask you questions before moving forward. Akamfata. That was how Akaye Dahale. She wasn't appointed. But she was given a responsibility to manage funds, on behalf of Gambian people. Because there were people, they were contributing $5, $10. That got me emotional. Those things got me emotional. People contributing $5. Yes, you can see how serious people are to salvage their country. So, before we know it, the media took it up. I was like, I think I called one of them. Okay, do you know what we told her? Personally, Safia, you need to help us so that we can help you. Before I can noise based, you need to help us so we can help you. Helping us in the sense that when you are no more part of us, just leave. And we will help you by not coming out to the Gambian people and telling them everything that transpired.
Resign or something.
Because science and intending. How can you explain to the Gambian people coming? More be protest plan come from Monday. You fengo beke police permit request. You fengo beke the permit rejected. The Wednesday for you declare they are protesting throughout Wednesday for 12 o'clock in the night, 12 p.m. in the night. Eka funtine eka foleko. We need to cancel this protest and go and negotiate with the police. As in who are you? As in the person that started the process. So we don't want these things to come out. Because when these things come out, people are not going to trust you. People don't have any reason to trust you. Why would you want the protest to stop at cancel 12 p.m. in the night? Of course, after talking to people, and you all convinced you are going to convince us. No. Kurang mabula. Kurang nak Safia la case different. Kurang mang galabula. Okay, misunderstanding din lafta ka dun nandano. But, that is bound to happen. And in Dolma sort of phone, come on, I remember being Safia Ufenkoke. After we started, being more start to come together, and then we started, trying to move forward from protest and to move forward to ensure we now, build a movement. I saw Kurana post saying, I only talk about what I know, a step at a time. Man, if I understand. I mean, when it's English language, you analyze, you understand that, see, he's talking about coming, we want to do something that Ama support. Okay, we never responded, Moma respond. All right, so that was it. Kurang never left. Kurang is still part of us. Kurang still sees the same, views. But at some point, everybody will decide what you want to talk about. Probably there are certain issues I don't talk about. Maybe it'll concentration is on basketball. Though volleyball. So Kurang is trying to concentrate on Jame assets. I think that is important. That is what Kurang is trying to concentrate on. And then he made it clear to me that he has to focus on that. And then bring a Kurang lamoy, bring a Kurang you all for. Ngala TV interview lamoy, I found articulate nyame, explain nyame. You can understand, it's genuine that he concentrates on that. And don't atefana allow, don't concentrate dokang, more be concentrate fenkang. Because Kurang ngalo malo, he has a stake in that, asset kuanying. Kurang did a lot of work. He said a lot of things. So ning Kurangko, he needs to focus on that. It's fair enough.
Yeah.
But what is the difference between Kurang and Safia like Safia, mole anyininka, birin tolbe biriya mol arrest, ko be nyin kekan. Tonya la ma foto nyanta, akam fata kayida. That is it.
How far with your registration? Parce que nga kalamutan nungko Minister of Justice ko aliala to change. Hani sign alma change or alia register la bang falma register.
Ma register wun why tamit probably duñ register.
Okay.
Because maluma ji ci deka bi moy ñi I don't know how to. They always try to ensure, they always try to ensure they cage you to a point that you cannot even move your muscles. Man, if I understand it. We wanted to register. Registration of among the first, there are multinational movements transnational movements in the continent and beyond, me alonko, they are not registered. And they are functioning, and they are existed. So let us be like that. And some are like, okay, I think we need to register. So not a consensus sort of to register. They know that original niatara. They did not see us as a threat. Gambians against looted assets. You called na name ni mol nyantaka wala change. But the law is very clear. Requirement. We did not violate any law of Gambia. The Gambia. I'm for Gambians.
It's very successful. Over hundreds or thousands of people. Of them are from the UDP and stuff. Yeah. Are you guys associated with any? Moom ñu ngi seen gannaaw bu baax a baax parce que ñu ngi doon suggest sax gis naa seen yéen allocate leen salary.
I think I also saw a message like that. Yeah. It's a very good thought. Very good thought.
So you guys, yeah, sure.
Very good thought. So just kidding. Okay, the Minister of Information, Doctor.
This so-called
Doctor,
people.
yeah, Dr. Ceesay. I try very hard to avoid Dr. Ceesay and Momodou Sabally. In very high regard, Dr. Munna lecturer, UTG, intercourse Jamala and all that, respected individually from, we good. Momodou Sabally, me and him and all that. So I'm qualified. But yeah. So for Doctor, for Dr. Ceesay, I think, this is not Doctor. Doctor, in rhetorics, because ngam follow moy is that ako mune attend in journalists all for thousands of youth. Abota water fanang akamol dismiss like we are irrelevant.
Ako this so-called people.
But now those things are not important. Like I said, whether we are 5 people, whether we are so-called individuals, whether we are, jobless kids, like, the other time. And then, okay, before I want to discuss one thing. I want to just, feng for tariata. Okay? The other time, respond. Sometimes, because when you are given a responsibility by individuals, sometimes in a sense of time or time because a second personal opinion it will have a bearing on the people around you. The other time is it just platform auto. Okay, just platform is a platform me and can take over follow discussion and all that. But after the protest kata, a protest that outlined over 6 to 7 demands, me along ko wall ni me address, they are going to affect and threaten the growth of this country. Yes, Rafi Jab, the other guy Dudu, host Fango, and all that. The lady, the very vocal lady and all that. After a protest that highlighted, the recent Russian oil scandal. After a protest that highlighted the mismanagement of funds at the Gambia Football Federation, the Gambia Ports Authority scandal. After that kind of protest, it is a platform. Why you use over an hour to discuss whether Gala be boil or later boil? Are we serious as a people? Are we really actually serious? Do we know what we want? How is whether Gala be fail fenkela ikafanya dile fongo boil in some months or at a boil in some months relevant? Why can't we discuss issues? You sit on TV, you analyze politics, you analyze national issues. After a protest like that, inyabe figure lenyato, inyabe people lenyato, you are seeing the realities. Ito mo platform mo use to discuss what issue. Ito ka mo platform mo use. You are start okay. Gala sa denyo danu. In some months, Gala denyo danu. Ñun gisoon nañ li fini. Nobody ever saw something like this. With all due respect to all these kotos that are going on TVs and saying things, nobody in this country ever saw something like this. This is the first time this is happening. A group of boys, or should I say a group of youth, coming together without the influence of anybody pulling strings like this. They have never done something like this. But at some point, I also feel that Uncle Madi will tell me this sometimes. The resistance is not only going to come from the government.
Sure.
The resistance can even come from people that claim to be doing the same thing that you are doing. Because at some point, as individuals, we become very envious.
Yeah.
Not just envy, but we become very disturbed when somebody is pulling a string that you don't have the strength to pull. So those things are an issue. And then I think it is important that, because this is my first appearance on TV since this whole thing started, it is important that Molenyin Park, okay, Gala'S Ceesay, now for what?
At least you guys, yeah.
No, now for what, fam? What? It is not, father, it is not relevant. That is not relevant. It is not, Gala is not paying me. When Gala fata, BB. I don't have anything to lose.
Petition or Fenkele.
Yes.
The different government institution about 6
right.
Petition. Atata nyadile ya summarize.
So before Fenka, wala discussion on Banjam for because we molbe time or dealer, so we have to wait for them, because at least you should be in a position to give demand but demanding fenke jabi and all that. So before Dr. case knew about come all dismiss, you see, doctor, I think doctor is not being very fair to us and the Gambian people, because ndolmanta doctor kungonoma, ndolmanta baro kungonoma fewon lebe kermi anko, they are realities hani dena no yalo ne nyulmu reality lati ndol bi tata wala noma. So nin doctor Qatar TV to on platforms dismissing those things and then knowing fully coming some of us milbo dulato tolmala student lati anal dindingol, it becomes a problem, because science and thing, people like me ni ajibe na fengo be, I don't write about doctor, I don't write about other people me anko nga feel coming imanke multi me alonko as if kole nya they are just individuals me alonko nyanta ki avoid la rek. So nin doctor ko okay nda beje saibo beje I think Gala'S nyol man maybe Gala'S nyol nena man si ala class, but ngala probably Gala'S fo nena sit ala class la but nin tol si val beje la student online ni la dindingol, you are advancing rhetorics like this, it becomes funny. Ntol kala no committee, that is not you, that is not the real Dr. Ceesay. But people change, and then I think he's doing his job. Allow him to do his job. Ntol babula la doku okay, and then ntol fana be min kala makala
to fenge kan plan kan albe funding sol bolanya bola dame dumala ka fund mo be ka wari parce que ngala last time ngala fenko jele alla financial list ngajale ali wo publish alla expenditure logistical sign about 400,000 something like that wala be jay ko do nying abe bola min tole al tole ba fankun la wala minul ba komal le ba ko do fenkela.
This is what we call a people's movement. It is a movement by the people and for the people. Gambia nol wumi anko ka kano la wafi marseto wala be ñu movement fon kan nin tol na nimol kon kanana activity la molen na account to publish for people to support abukata ntela po nga jale kodo mi fon tutaji e kodo je min tutaji kodo mi spend is just
50
something thousand. If I understand. So kodi to bele obe he na saving je. So Nia realized Gambia no ka call kele, I want to donate. Ika doje fa ka donate $5. You are like $5 is $10 is yes, $5 is. So ika low world comment. This is how serious people are about rallying behind a movement that they can identify with, a movement that they trust. Because okay, for example, niente jibe science and because nga message doje biring yemol arrest biring findina nga message doje na on woloto ala maria minfo aka bete atante tole yang arrest nyame because of my association with Momodou Sabally. Okay, so nga message o jibe mama reply no.
Bandi sign Allah fengoti nyata la de Allah digante ni. Allah teria.
No, teria mantinya not really. Teria mantinya subs is, subs munna.
Ngala dindin do fananje afana ngade.
Yeah, right. But come ya fo nyamende dindingo. Ila dindingo, and then, at some point momo min beriate to kawoleke, and then you decide what you. So about the petition on nga petition ol kele, and then we are waiting for replies, of course, and then about Jukanyol, we say thank you to all of them.
Yeah.
We say thank you to all of them, to Kulorsi, Coach Pasamba Jau, and every single Gambian
and Bukarsi,
that identifies with us, and that believes, every single Gambian that believes that our future needs to be bright, and every single Gambian needs to have an opportunity to excel in this country. We say thank you to them. For the critics, let them continue. Walbenale binale.
Surual ko meye sulo bambo. Fowulol setare nom.
Okay, how?
Ngamira wasanayata.
Yeah, wasanayata.
All right. Thank you very much. Mabaila rek ini mole sari. What will be your last word? Ibe minafala mola aning Gambians at large, aning youth soul ning. Because this organization or this movement is a Gambian thing, is a youth thing. I'm saying youth jama mantara at the executive level, but mo jama bejere dal. Because this second one only, nga doleje mangsi bir, nga doleje me yafoko mangsi bir.
So that is what happens. When you are making progress, people are going to join you. Then you lol lañ buga. Te xam nga lu nit ñi wara understand. Movement bi ni nekul ne we wanted to stop just here. It's not a popularity contest. For people like me, it is not a popularity contest. If I want popularity, I would be somewhere, probably go, be in the government, be beside somebody that is going to, give me the popularity and all that. So, movement Bini, we intend to build a movement. A movement that is going to transcend beyond personalities. A movement that is going to, be given to the people. Comme dañoo dem ci nit ñi ñu wax gaay ne yana moom lii comme moom leen ko. It doesn't have to have that, come for example, I'm tasked with the responsibility of coordinating the national executive, and I'll be like, okay, ICA is the, nationally, and then everything has to go through.
The regions.
Yes.
You have representative regions.
So all those things, we are building all those structures to ensure we bring the movement closer to the people. Very, very close to the people. So that is why the tour that you asked about, so I will just answer. So that is why we want to, it's just a mini tour, We are not going to, what we don't want to do is that we don't want to follow the normal, trend of the ceremonial, activism that has polluted the space for far too long. We now want to be very local with this. We don't want to go to villages and then ngatanga holo rent 4,500 ngananga tisad dantandi mall like fenkol. Nah. All sense make. So what we want to do is that we want to go to villages. We want to go to, VOOs. We want to go to farms. We want to go to markets. Kafo mall ye milbe kerin sate kono. The normal, the usual, discussion on it, more left the change. The discussion of UDP versus NPP versus since independence, since 1965. Yalla na discussion on it. NPP ni UDP juma gena betiata, GDC ni PPP juma gena betiata. At some point when elections come, the conversation is narrowed. It is tailored down to an NPP versus UDP. So ning a tailored down to that, people will now yalla be choose la. Normal life NPP may vote like UDP. Normal life UDP may vote like NPP. But they are not actually voting for, what they should actually vote for.
Yeah.
So basically, this is the kind of movement we are trying to build. We are trying to change the narratives. A new Gambian youth is born. A new Gambian youth is actually born.
We
thank every single individual that is contributing to the growth of this movement, whether UDP, whether PPP, whether PDIS. Do you know what we don't care about? Let me make this very clear. We are not going to explain ourselves to nobody. We don't owe Dr. Ceesay an explanation to tell him whether UDP lebental koma or Fenke lebental koma, Pasamba Jao. We don't owe him an explanation there. As long as we are sticking to the issues, we don't care who supports. But Ntolia learn deep down, coming. Mol Mimbentol Kono. And the idea that we have. Exactly. And the idea that we have, Ntolia learn coming, Motewol Konomi Alanko, Ebe Molla, idea hijack la, wala coming to come and, look for political favors from us.
Thank you, Momodou Lamin. Ngalo ne ko ni ngay bula jang
mbedi amul la fo jangé sam wala na mbukala fika diamo start
so sama but it is good as a youth ini mole kacha parce que Gambia mol solo ta nyinala ni atara youth sol be involve kanne kadung politiko la ko kono because ni youth sol man dung kamelo ko non teta du na politiko kono this but ni youth sol man dung politiko change te kala change to sotale for mol be se involve pour change soto then be thank la for honoring our invitation and get open too because atala facilitated because atamuna mole te atafana mo
kayantina ka fanya boy li dina am
ako ñokoli
abekelale ka fay okay
sorry ko ñokol lola ma
ka fay okay sorry legi dafa am
de barek man ko laaj nan ko how so are you because yeen sen ni
aka fa la bay fu abu kan ñinin ka de aka fanya la boy dina am boy kay ko sorry mbakala
dole be ko ning get open be jang itafana be jana but this is very good and I like the conversation. It was very interesting and educative. Mol bebe la firin ñina am di len gëram di len santa bu baaxa baax yeen ñi nga xamantene yeen ñu doon sétane ci Birr Gambia so di santa suñ cameraman Bakary Tamba Adam Jang Binta Ndiaye Sañang ak everybody ñi nga xam ne ñoo jàpp ci liggéey bi ak ñi doon seetaan tamit duñ leen bàyyi gannaaw saa su ne di leen joxaat beneen dig daje beneen Tuesday ci beneen programme di leen wax na ngeen toppa Gambian Talents TV ñu indi leen xibaar yu wér te wóor lépp li nga xamante ne rek bugga ngeen koo xam bugga ngeen koo leerlu dinañ leen ko indil sponsor ci tamit ñu ngi invited ci suñ soos yëpp wala anything loo leen bugga rek ñu defal leen ko mun nga ñoo contact suñ email bi mu ngi foofu noonu waaye di waxaat ñëpp rek boo màggal dem leen ci jaama ñëw leen ci jaama ngeen fekk ñu fi ci jaama jërë ngeen jëf Armatulaay Géey la woon ci beneen yoon rek thank you